The fire crackles before me, its glow painting the world in warm, shifting light. Its warmth pushes back the cool night air, wrapping me in a cocoon of comfort beneath the vast sky. I watch the flames dance, casting flickering shadows against the trees, their movements hypnotic and timeless. The smell of wood smoke is sharp and clean, a scent that has filled the air for generations, lingering in the memory of the land. Tonight, I'm not just cooking a meal. I'm stepping back in time, letting the fire guide me into the world of our ancestors. I'm connecting with people who sat around fires like this thousands of years ago, sharing stories and warmth beneath the same stars. They felt this same warmth, heard this same crackle, and found comfort in the simple act of gathering together. This fire is a bridge, linking my world to theirs, a living thread woven through centuries of human experience. In modern life, a meal is often just a button press away, easy, fast, and disconnected from the rhythms of nature and tradition. Here by the fire, every step is deliberate. Every action matters, from gathering wood to stirring the pot. The distance between hunger and satisfaction is measured in skill, patience, and understanding nature's subtle cues. Tonight I'll cook as they did, preparing a simple Roman pulse, a porridge of grains, just as legionaries once did on distant frontiers, and a hearty Viking stew simmered for hours, filling the air with the aroma of history and sustenance. These aren't just recipes, they're lessons in history, each dish a story passed down through generations. Cooking their food is walking a mile in their shoes, feeling the challenges and triumphs of daily life long ago. The stars above are the same the Romans and Vikings gazed upon, silent witnesses to countless stories and dreams. The modern world fades away. Only the wind and the fire remain, grounding me in the present and the past at once. In this quiet, the past feels alive and full of lessons, whispering wisdom through the crackle of the flames. Preparing a meal over an open fire becomes a profound experience, a ritual that connects me to all who came before. The fire connects us all across the ages, reminding us that no matter how much the world changes, some things remain eternal. Think about your kitchen, refrigerator, stove, running water, all at your fingertips. We take these things for granted, making cooking effortless. But imagine stripping all that away. No fridge, no supermarket, no tap, just earth beneath your feet and sky above. Your tools are stone, wood, and bone. Your heat is a fire you must build and manage. For ancient people, every meal was hard work and deep knowledge. They harvested, threshed, and ground grain by hand. They hunted, processed, and preserved meat. Water had to be found and carried. This was the rhythm of life, not a hobby. Our food now arrives prepackaged, its origins hidden. By cooking in the old ways, we rediscover that lost connection. It's a humbling experience, filling you with respect for their resilience. It makes you see your own kitchen in a new light. Before any cooking, there must be fire. It's the very first step, the spark that makes everything else possible. Fire is the heart of every meal cooked outdoors, and the beginning of every story told around a campfire. Today, a lighter or match does the trick. With a flick of the wrist, we summon flame in seconds, barely giving it a thought. For our ancestors, firemaking was a vital skill. It meant warmth, safety, and the ability to cook food. Survival itself depended on it. The hand drill, just a dry spindle spun between your palms on a fireboard, creates friction and heat. It's a simple tool, but mastering it takes patience and practice. It's exhausting, but persistence creates a fine, dark powder, then smoke, and finally an ember. Each step is a test of endurance and skill. The bow drill, a bow and cord spin the spindle faster, making the process easier and more efficient. It's a clever innovation, born from necessity. A glowing coal is born, precious and fragile. It's the reward for your effort, but the journey isn't over yet. You transfer it to a tinder bundle, dry grass or bark fibers, and blow gently. The ember must be nurtured, coaxed to life with patience and care. Too soft it dies, too hard it's gone. The balance is delicate and every breath matters. But coaxed just right, the tinder bursts into flame. In that instant, you've created fire with your own hands. It's a moment of triumph, reenacting one of humanity's greatest discoveries. The feeling is both ancient and deeply personal. You've created warmth and light from nothing but wood, cord, and effort. The fire crackles, promising comfort and possibility. Only now can the real work of cooking begin. The fire is ready, and so are you. Fire is not just a tool, it's the foundation of civilization. It shaped our evolution, our communities, and our culture. Every meal starts with this ancient magic, connecting us to our distant ancestors and the timeless ritual of making fire by hand. With fire established, the next challenge is filling the pot. But unlike today, there were no markets or grocery stores to visit. Every meal began with a journey into the wild. For our ancestors, the land was their supermarket. Forest, field, river, and sea provided everything they needed if they knew where to look. Sourcing food required deep knowledge of the environment, passed down through generations, and learned by careful observation and experience. For Roman pools, the key is grain, spelt or emmer wheat, harvested, threshed, and winnowed by hand, a process that demanded patience and skill. For Viking stew, it's a mix of farmed and wild foods, hunted meat, wild roots, and greens like nettles and sorrel gathered from the landscape with care. Foraging requires certainty. Mistakes can be dangerous, as some plants are nourishing while others are deadly. This process connects you to the landscape. You see the world as sustenance, not just scenery, and every walk becomes a search for life's essentials. You learn to read the seasons and the signs of nature, understanding when to plant, when to harvest, and when to rest. This knowledge was survival, not a pastime. It shaped daily routines, traditions, and even spiritual beliefs. Sourcing food this way is about being an active participant in the ecosystem, taking part in the cycles of nature. You take only what you need, understanding the true cost of every meal, and sharing with your community. It's a lesson in respect for the land and its gifts, a relationship built on gratitude and stewardship. Every ingredient has a story, shaped by the land, the seasons, and the hands that gathered it. Once gathered, ingredients must be processed. In my kitchen, steel knives and food processors make it easy. Ancient tools were stone, bone, wood, and clay, requiring patience and skill. For Roman pools, grains are crushed with handstones, not milled into fine flour. The work is slow, repetitive, and meditative. For Viking stew, a flint blade slices roots and meat, sharp but brittle, demanding care. Every cut is deliberate, every scrap is used. Bones add flavor to the stew. Nothing is wasted. These tools teach efficiency and respect for materials. You appreciate the leap to modern kitchen implements. Food preparation becomes physical, connecting you to the process. It's a humbling, grounding experience. With ingredients ready, it's time to cook. The heart of the ancient kitchen is the clay pot, heavy, porous, and fragile. Cooking with it over fire is a delicate dance. For Roman poles, I nestle the pot in glowing embers for gentle, even heat. Stirring constantly, the smell of grain and wood smoke fills the air. For Viking stew, a tripod suspends the pot over the fire. The key is controlling the height and managing the fire. Too hot, it burns. Too cool, it won't cook. I monitor the fire, adjust wood, and listen to the bubbling stew. There are no timers, just intuition and attention. It's a conversation with the fire, reading its language in flame and smoke. Open fire cooking is a skill felt, not measured. It's active, engaging, and deeply satisfying. This is the art of ancient cooking. Cooking in the wild is rewarding, but filled with real dangers. At home, safety nets abound. Out here, every action has consequences. The fire is unpredictable. A gust of wind, a shifting log, and disaster can strike. You must clear the area, watch the wind, and never leave the fire unattended. Flint blades are sharper than steel, but a slip can mean a serious cut. Without modern medicine, infection is a real threat. You work slowly, deliberately, always respecting the tools and the environment. This constant awareness sharpens your senses. You're not just thinking about the recipe, but your safety and surroundings. The discipline of the wild is mental and physical. For our ancestors, survival was earned daily through skill and caution. It's a lesson in responsibility and presence. After hours of work, the food is ready. Roman pulse, thick and nutty. Viking stew, rich and tender. I serve it in wooden bowls and take the first spoonful. The taste is deeply satisfying, infused with smoke and effort. This is more than food. It's the culmination of a journey. Every mouthful reminds me of the work behind it, the fire, the grinding, the patience. Eating this meal connects me to the past, collapsing time. It's a powerful act of empathy and understanding. Learning these skills is about rediscovering patience, resourcefulness, and respect for nature. As the fire burns down, I feel peace and accomplishment. I've nourished my body and soul, connecting with who we once were.